How's everybody doing? My name is Mike, and we got Mr. Roots over here, and I got Miss Laila over here on place. And what I'm going to do with her today is we're going to do her basic routine, and I'm going to add her down position in there. So when I train these dogs, I don't really teach them the down command until more towards the second half of the board and train. The reason for that is I try to gain a relationship with the dog before I ask him to go into the down position. So by the time I ask him to go to the down position, the dog's already lived with me for a little bit. I've taught the dog how to sit, how to heel, how to listen to leash pressure, how to do all kinds of different things that makes the dog trust me in situations where the dog doesn't understand what's happening. So I build a relationship with the dog before I ask the dog to lay down, because a lot of dogs will fight you very, very hard when you ask them to lay down, especially if you don't have a relationship with them. So she's a more fearful dog, so if you have a fearful dog, you're going to be way more likely to panic. With her training, it was pretty simple with her. Since I had a relationship with her, I would just put her in the sit position, and I just got down low and I just encouraged her to hit the ground. And every time she tried to break the sit, I wouldn't let her break the sit. I would say, nope, sit, and I would make her stay in the sit and just tap the ground until eventually she started making her way down to the ground and say, good, good, good. You know, I marked the behavior, letting her know that's what I want. And she took the cue and kept going with it. And once you get them to do the position and they understand that's what you want, it gets fairly easy from there. You just got to keep making them do it over and over, and then it becomes muscle memory for the dog. So you're going to see me doing that with her, kind of just explain as we go along. You see how she lifts her leg when I get close to her like that? You see that? That's because she's just a submissive dog. A lot of fearful dogs will be submissive dogs, which is actually a really good thing for the owner. The more submissive the dog is, the easier it is to handle the dog. So, heel. Hey, hey. So see, she's excited, so I'm going to make her do that again. Heel. Place. So I'm going to make her do it again. That's the whole idea with dog training. Don't let them get away with being excited doing things. Make them go through it in a calm manner. So if the last thing she does, she was excited when she does that, she's always going to do that. So now I got to make her do it calm. Heel. Atta girl. Atta girl. Sit. See, that's how I want it. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Down. So when I say down, I tap the ground with my foot. If she doesn't go down, hey, so I'm doing that because she's sniffing too much. If she sniffs too much, I'm going to correct her. We use the foot, so that way you don't have to bend down. If she didn't go down, I would use my foot on the leash to create some tension. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Good job, girl. Good girl. Good sit. Heel. So I'm not just making her sit. I'm not just making her down. I'm not just making her lay down right away. I don't know why she lays like that. She kind of does a little nonsense. You can see that's her other foot. She kind of lays funny, and you see her trying to sniff around and stuff. It's not a big deal. I just want to discourage her from doing that because she'll get carried away with it. Hey, I don't want her to turn on her back or anything. So what I do is I'm giving her light tugs. I'm not correcting her hard. I'm just tugging because she's in the down position, But she's found a way to kind of mess around and do nonsense in that position. So that's why I just correct her. As you can see now, she's not doing that. She's not sniffing the ground like that anymore. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Good girl. Down. See, she's trying to act submissive. That's why she's lifting her leg. She's acting like she's going to roll over. But I actually want to stop her from that. Believe it or not, dogs that want to roll over like that, that's a way that she's going to try and take over the leash. She's going to try and avoid what I'm doing. That's why we stop them way ahead of time. I stop her way ahead of time. The licking, sniffing the carpet. That's why I stop her way ahead. I'm stopping her 10 steps before she breaks that down position or gets up from it. Good girl, good down. See, that was a good job. She relaxed a little bit. Good girl, good down. Atta girl. Heel. Good girl. Heel. No, heel. Sit. Heel. Sit. Good girl, sit. Sit, girl. Good girl. Good sit. Good girl. Down. Good. Down. So again, I have my hand right here. If she messes around, I can use the leash to correct her. That's the whole idea, is to, we're marking down. We're marking the dog's position. And we're also discouraging the dog. So whatever I'm doing with her, I'm either encouraging or discouraging. So if I say, good girl, I'm encouraging her to keep doing whatever she's doing in that moment. If I say no, then I'm discouraging her to do whatever she's doing in that moment. The key is with the no, we always follow it up with a punishment. If you just say no, it will have no meaning. You have to follow it up. That's what creates the meaning for the dog. Okay, heel. Heel. Good girl. Sit. Atta girl. Sit. Heel. Heel. See, that was my bad. That was my leash. I dropped the leash. That's why she heeled. That's why she didn't come all the way through. Sit. That's just a recall, teaching her how to get from this position over here. Heel. Good girl. Good. Sit. Good job, girl. Good job. Sit. Heel. One girl, heel. Good girl. Heel. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Sit, girl. Good job. Down. Good girl. Down. So you can see she's a little fidgety. If she breaks, it's okay if she breaks the position I put her in, because what happens is my correction will actually lead her to a calm place. So if she does anything she's not supposed to do, I'll correct her. And as you can see, the more excited she gets, the more likely she is to break that position. Down. Good girl. That's what we want. The calmness. We want her to be still like that. When she first hits the ground, she tries to kind of mess around. Again, that's up to the person at the end of the leash to be ready to use the leash in the proper manner, meaning to correct her, and in the right time as well. That's the most important thing. If I just put her in the down position and then just ignore her, and I'm not watching her or making sure that I'm aware of what she's doing, then she can do whatever she wants. But if she knows that the second her nose touches the ground, I'm correcting her, this is what you're going to get from her, because she has no choice but to just kind of relax, because she's not allowed to touch the ground. But again, if she's sniffing the ground, licking the ground, no one's telling her not to through the leash, she's going to do it. Good girl. See, that's what we want. And when you're working a dog too in their daily routine, you can also put them, like I can put her in this down position and leave her in this spot. Hey, down. See, I did that right there. She was sniffing the carpet too intense. Boom, boom, a little tap, tap. Down. Never say stay. We just say down and reassure her I want her to stay in that down position. And that's why we say down. If you say stay, you're teaching the dog you didn't mean it when you said down. Because if you say stay, what you're saying to the dog is, I wanted you to stay in the down position. So it's actually less confusing for the dog just to say the word down and repeat that for her. Good girl. Good down. She's doing a really good job. So I've also noticed too, there'll be a lot of other dog trainers that will try to teach the dog some kind of eye contact command, like check, look at me, you know, eyes, this type of thing. Well, as you can see with her and with most dogs in my videos, good girl. I can just tell her good girl when I see her eyes meeting my eyes. And then once you've put these rules up for them, she has really no choice. She has nothing else she's allowed to do, so it's only natural for her to look at me. So you can organically create eye contact with the dog by just training them properly. You're going to get, good girl, you're going to get that eye contact. And like I said, I can always tell her when her eyes meet my eyes, good girl. I can let her know that I like that, and she'll keep doing it more and more if I mark it. Good girl, down. Good girl, good job. Good girl, down. Good girl. Now she's not stupid, she knows I dropped the leash. Down. See that? I don't want that. We don't want that, because that's going to come down. that's going to turn into a game where she's on her back, rolling over, and before you know it, she's going to be standing up. So it's important to stop that way ahead of time. If something doesn't work, then we take the leash back up. Down. See, notice that every time I drop the leash, she turns on her back. Down. 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 See, that's better. Good girl. Good down. Good girl. See how that third time I went around, so it's important to do it until she does it correctly. Otherwise, she's always going to do it while being excited. So if I would have stopped on that second turn when she leaned back over and put her belly out, she would always try that if I don't make her do it the proper way, if I don't have success with her that way. So she's doing really good. Good job, girl. Good down. She's done a really good job. You know, she's laid there for about, a couple minutes, still relaxing. And she goes out of being a little excited. And like I said, this is a dog who's only had a few weeks of training and needs someone on the end of the leash who's capable of, giving a correction in a timely manner for excitement. And if that's done, you're going to have a calm dog. And, it's just about recognizing the dog's body language. What is the dog telling me with her body? Right now, it's obvious to see her ears are back. She has a cropped tail, so that's going to be harder to read. But to me, the tail looks relaxed. It looks like it would be in a relaxed position. But like I said, her ears, you can see, are back. And that usually means she's going to be more submissive and her head's kind of low. And the biggest tell with the dog is their eyes. So I can see her eyes. She's giving me a real calm, submissive look. Good girl. Good down. That's a good girl, Layla. Good job, Layla. Good girl. So give her some affection, some love for the good job she did. This is how she earns it. Good girl, Layla. Good girl. Good down. Okay, girl. Place.